It was nothing more than how to use all kinds of inhuman means to torture the experimental subject, bringing him endless pain, but not letting him die. The first page of the notebook reads, God said, focus is a necessary quality for concentrating the spirit. Kindness is the lock that seals power. Anger and fear are the keys to unlock. It seems to be some theological and philosophical quotations. Zhao Yi, come and see. Yang Linlin on the other side of the culture tank exclaimed. Zhao Yi walked over and saw the back of the culture tank in the direction pointed by Yang Linlin. There was an electronic label on it. X2, prototype, Chen Qiang 16 years old. Adaptability 96%. Activity high. Electroencephalogram fit 92%. Spiritual concentration excellent. The name displayed on it made the two of them startled. Chen Qiang. Yang Linlin felt nauseous for no reason, and after a few dry heaves, her face turned pale. Interesting. Chen Qiang was actually used to make X2. Zhao Yi touched his chin, his eyes dim. When he turned around, he glanced at the list of participants in the experiment and suddenly found that there were several familiar names on it. Jian Ye, Peng Xiao, Lai Sheng. Zhao Yi raised his eyebrows. His brain started to work rapidly. So that's it. I understand. Peng Xiao is not the mayor's son at all, and Zhang Yi is not the goddess of Class 8 of Senior 1. They are all experimental personnel disguised as students, helping to find experimental subjects in the school. Generally speaking, the better the students' grades, the higher their concentration. People who are half-hearted will find it difficult to make achievements in their studies. This is the best school in the city. The purpose is actually to select those experimental subjects with extremely high concentration. No wonder their names are not on the roster. These two bastards, they have run away long before the curse happened. As Zhao Yi finished speaking, a cold voice suddenly came from behind him. Your guess is basically correct. But these two bastards didn't run away, they also became victims. The two turned around quickly and found that Lai Sheng, who was covered in blood and missing an arm, took out his MP5 and pointed it at the two of them, his face extremely ferocious. There was actually a secret passage under the table behind him. Didn't expect it. After so many difficulties and dangers, I still made it in. I'm not destined to die, you two little bastards. The game ends here. Lai Sheng's eyes were red and he was a little hysterical, but his black and blue lips showed that he was in a very bad condition. Pointed at the black gun, Yang Linlin immediately raised her little hand, while Zhao Yi was still walking around as if nothing had happened. Stop. If you touch me again, I will shoot you to death. Lai Sheng was in extremely poor condition, but he still did not forget to threaten Zhao Yi. But Zhao Yi was not deterred at all and shook his shoulders. If you had a bullet, you would have shot it out long ago. I don't believe you can hold it in. Bang! Lai Sheng fired and hit Yang Linlin in the left leg. Yang Linlin groaned, fell to the ground, covered her legs, and said without tears, I didn't provoke you, why did you shoot me? Lai Sheng said in a panic, oh sorry. He aimed at Zhao Yi again, looking ferocious. But a double image appeared in front of him due to blood loss. Bang! Yang Linlin's leg exploded with blood again. This marksmanship is somehow related to personal grudges. Is this gun called the Women's Sorcerer? Although, I admit that I laughed out loud. 3 days of silence for Goddess Linlin. Okay, you cheated on us once, and we cheated on you once. Rounding things off, you owe us a favor now. Tell me, what can you do to help us? Zhao Yi talked so eloquently that Lai Sheng almost suffocated with his shamelessness. Since you are already here, it proves that you have a general understanding of what is going on. If you want to get out of here, you have to find a way to turn off the curse. Lai Sheng dragged the gun to the jar. The material of this jar is very special. Even armor-piercing bullets cannot leave marks on it. He was about to operate in front of the instrument, but Zhao Yi stopped him. If you shut down the instrument and X2 loses its energy supply, the ghosts in the fog outside will soon flood into the experimental base. Do you think you can resist the attack of these ghosts? Lai Sheng's eyes were gloomy and his face was ashen. As long as X2's life capsule is closed and Riot X2 dies, the remaining mutants are basically no threat. The organization will soon send people to close the curse and clean them all out. I have participated in this experiment and have confidential data that they do not have. It is of high value. The organization will not abandon me easily. Zhao Yi replied, deceiving yourself. If you are really important to them, they would have sent someone here to save you. You are under a curse and can even contact them, but until now, you are still alone. If you expect the organization behind you to rescue you, you might as well trust us. Lai Sheng was angered. He pressed the MP5 against Zhao Yi's forehead. His eyes were bloodshot, and he gritted his teeth and said, shut up. If you dare to talk nonsense again, I will destroy you. There was no trace of panic in Zhao's eyes. The corners of his mouth slightly raised, revealing a scary and weird smile. Isn't it hard to feel abandoned? You are as loyal as a dog, and yet you end up like this.